All right, so where are we on this case?
Your Honor, we're here for two purposes now. The first one is we've subpoenaed some witnesses. We were trying to get to the bottom of some answers regarding a videotape. But before we go there, my client has asked me to let you know he wants to renew his request for a new attorney. So I might have let him address
I had put in a motion.
All right, let me ask you this. Is your counsel hired or appointed?
Appointed.
All right, are you going to hire an attorney?
I'm trying to.
Well, I mean,
I asked him, it's because every time I ask him to do something, he does the exact opposite. I asked him back in September to please get me my bond reinstated so that I could bond out and pay for a lawyer. And he never did it.
all right, so let me explain something to you about the state of legal services, right? For some reason, people think they can do an attorney's job, even though they didn't go to school to be an attorney. And the reason why I say this, listen, you have 2 ears, so listen. The reason why I say this is because people think that all attorneys do is talk, which we do. Attorneys do talk a lot. But behind that conversation is a lot of education that they've had to get. And when you compare us to doctors who are doing surgery, you never see a patient going to their doctor if they need heart surgery and telling their doctor, you know what, I know this is the way you say you're going to do the surgery, but I want you to do the incision this way. You know why they don't do that? Because, hey, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how to do incisions. But for some reason, people who have attorneys think that they're an attorney and they want to file a bunch of motions, don't know what the motions mean, because you may file one motion, but there are other things that go with that motion. It's sort of like when people read the Bible and they say, oh, I know the Bible, and they don't realize what you've read in the first book, there is something that goes with that that's in the second book, and you have to combine all of that. So if your attorney hasn't filed a motion, it's probably because you don't need that motion filed. I used to always get, you haven't filed my discovery motions. Where are my discovery motions? And I'm like, state has to turn that over. What? I'm filing a motion and the state is going to say, oh yeah, we turned that over. So that's where we are. And where we are is you're indigent. This is the attorney that has been appointed to you. And what I can tell you about attorneys appointed to represent people, there are certain qualifications that they have to have in order to represent people on certain cases. This is a felon in possession of a firearm. What I can tell you, your attorney is qualified to handle this type of case. Otherwise, he would not be appointed to this case. So if you wanted another attorney, you need to retain another attorney, period. Court is not appointing you another attorney. This will be your attorney. If you speak to him, great. If you don't speak to him, you will probably end up in jury trial with an attorney you have not spoken to. It's completely up to you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And as a client, you have control over certain things, whether or not you want to go to a jury trial or not, whether or not you want to testify, whether or not you want to accept a plea. You are not in control of trial strategy. And trial strategy is similar to that doctor that wants to do a heart surgery, and you're trying to tell them, well, this is the way you should do the heart surgery. That's similar to trial strategy, and you're not control over that because you don't have the degree and the experience to do it. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
All right, so where are we?
Your Honor, we are back on a discovery issue. And just briefly to summarize, there was a video and audio from the Alamo Heights Police Department. Originally, we asked for it and it said it didn't exist. Eventually, we subpoenaed Alamo Heights in. They were not able to answer the court's simple questions as to
Yes.
When the video was destroyed, what is the policy? Are the videos 30 days, 60 days? I have anecdotal evidence that it's 6 months, but anyway, that's not on the record. So they gave us 4 names for Barcom. Barcom is a company, local company that is their IT company, as the point of contact who could answer all those questions. So I subpoenaed, but they couldn't tell us who there. So I subpoenaed everybody, and then they contacted me yesterday. They said, I don't want to cause any disruptions. I just want somebody, can you tell me if there's somebody there who can answer these questions? There isn't. They just sent somebody today by I had made an agreement with them to release everybody. They sent their CEO. He's here to testify. He's not going to be able to answer the court's questions. What he told me was, and he's back there.
Well, let's bring him up. Yes. Let's find out who can answer these questions. there are specific questions. I remember this case that are needed to be answered. Do you know who can answer these questions? Who do we need here to answer these questions?
The people who set it up, it's a company by the name of Big State. They are the ones who installed the camera system. They would have configured how long each of the cameras would overwrite, kind of like a VHS video, right? There's only so much space.
Yes.
And how often each one of those would be overwritten would have been set up by them. Our job is to, we're users of the camera system.
Yes.
We turn into the people that can go in and pull video, get the software on computers to access the video, but we don't manage it. It's a gray area, right?
Do you have information that you can impart to the state and defense about who they need to contact so we can find out, one, if the video was destroyed, two, when it would have been destroyed, and three, what is the time frame that videos are allowed to remain before it's purged or destroyed?
Okay, I don't like to use the word destroyed because
Well,
destroyed
purged.
implies purged is a much better word.
We'll use purge.
Yeah, we'll use purge because destroyed implies like.
See, whenever I think of purge, I think of the movie, so that's why I don't use it. But I understand about purging.
Yes.
Okay, so do you have information of who would have that knowledge?
Here's what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll talk to our team now that we didn't get, first of all, we didn't get enough details, right? We're just asked a simple question. Well, I can go and see if we have access to figure out what the purging schedule is for each of the cameras. If I can get it, we'll get it directly to them. If not, we will point them, either way, we'll point them in the direction of the people who installed it and manage the system.
So what I want to know is, on this specific case, with this specific defendant, and they'll give you the date he was in the location. If you can tell me when that video or audio of him would have been purged.
Okay, we'll do our piece,
Yes.
and then if we need to, we'll engage the third party.
All right. Is there any other question other than that you want answered? Because that's the question I want answered.
No, there's not. That's basically it, judges. Was there video? If so, why can't it be retrieved? Was it purged? And if it was purged, when it was purged? Because that answers the question of whether we should use the word purged or destroyed, which comes later. And that's
All right. So they want to know. We'll use the word purge. It's
Okay,
fine.
that's fair. No, I wasn't going there. If you don't mind, what we'll do is I'll go back and look at the dates. I don't know when the first request was, and then we have to work back from that date. Not from
Before they leave here today, they're going to give you the dates when the defense counsel requested it.
Okay.
They're going to give you the date when he was in the facility. And then I want to know, one, is the audio or video still available? I'm sure it's not.
Right.
If it's not available, I want to know the date it was purged.
Okay.
All right.
Fair.
So how long do you think that will take?
A couple of days.
Okay.
I mean, from our part, unless we need to engage the third party, I don't have any control over how
No.
responsive they are.
I just want to keep this on the docket. So you saying a couple of days?
For my piece, if we can get the information, it'll be a couple of days. If we need to engage the third party, then it's a little out of my control unless we can get some of the some push from the court.
All right. So what we'll do, Norma, are we able to set this for December 14th? Is that enough time for your part?
Yes.
Yes, sir. All right. So what we'll do is we'll set it for December 14th.